They are Aztec and Mayan dogs, and they're special because they were believed to take you to the afterlife. So once you passed, your dog would pass with you, and it would guide you over to wherever it was that you were going. And they almost went extinct because people believed that if they ate them, they could absorb whatever special abilities these guys had. It wasn't true. Hi, I'm Alexis, and this is Jane Doe. Why are you crying? You want a these? Sit. Can you sit? Sit. Oh, I'm 31 years old. I'm a hairdresser, and I love hairless animals. I am also the proud owner of a 6-year-old hairless cat named Benji, and now we got Jane Doe as part of the clan. I'm Mexican, and these guys stem from Mexico, originated from Mexico, and originally I wanted a puppy Xolo, but ended up with this angel. No. So to make an extremely long story short, my sister is kind of Craigslist shopping. That's just like her thing. And she came across a post in the morning that said that there was an 8-month-old female Xolo that needed to be rehomed by that night. So my sister ended up driving out to LA to meet the man, and the man ended up taking them to the backyard, and she was tied up to a tree. And he goes, you know, we just keep her out here, and then we put her in at night because our other 2 Xolos are much smaller than her, and she's just like too rambunctious, and all she does is cries. So my sister said she couldn't bring herself to leave her there, and my sister FaceTimes me, and I'm in Pittsburgh visiting my parents at the time. And I was like, oh, I really hope she finds like a good home because she deserves it. Long story short, she's here now. That's how we ended up together. Yeah. As soon as I confirmed that I had Jane, I called APCC and made an appointment with Dr. Rellinger, just because her and the staff have always taken such amazing care of Benji. I thought that it would only be fair for Jane as well. When we first got her, she had a severe skin infection all up in the back, just because I think it's layers of dirt, grime, blackheads, and pimples. Had a really bad anal gland infection. The tips of her ears are missing, and they kept bleeding just because ears are so full of blood vessels, so that took probably about 3 weeks for that to heal. She just had terrible skin, I think, from being left out in the sun, not having any hair, obviously, to protect her. And she has a little bit of callus scarring on her white spots. There was a few trips to the vet. But I think now she's doing pretty good, and she looks way better than she did when she first came home. So it's 8 weeks today. It's been a struggle in the sense that I don't think she was socialized at all. You be nice to him. She will bark at anything. She will growl at anything. Thankfully, she doesn't attempt to bite people or lunge at them, but she will freeze and she will not move. And she'll start whimpering or shaking, kind of like when we go to the vet. So it's gotten better. There's people that she'll recognize and she'll just stand there and walk by them. But she's very scared of people, especially men, which is really, really sad. And children, I think, because they're so quick, they kind of startle her. And dogs, she's kind of finicky about certain dogs. Her best friend is her cousin, so I think that's the only friend she really needs. This kind of sappy, but when I was in Pittsburgh, I was there because I was kind of struggling with my mental health. And so when I saw her, and my sister kind of told me the story about her, and I saw this video of her prancing, and then I would see FaceTimes of her just being so upset and like not lifting her tail or anything, it made me feel like we were both kind of sad and unwanted. So that was the night that I was like, you know what, I want to take her. I think that we are meant to be together for a reason, whatever that may be. And I think that's why I kind of bonded with her so quickly. And yeah. So the thing I love most about Jane is her attitude. Jane, come here. Sometimes she'll listen, she'll be super good at commands, and then other times she doesn't understand anything and she talks back. I'll be scolding her over something and she'll go, she goes in circles before she goes to the bathroom.
Finding a good spot?
And she'll do like 10, 15 circles before she can find one. It's so embarrassing. Go potty.
Yeah,
Yes, go potty. She came at me and she was 9 months old, but she knew nothing. And I think nobody really talks about the amount of patience you need to have with them and love and being open to understanding that they are going to teach you a lot more than you're trying to teach them. I'm not a patient person. I have a very short fuse. And in the past 8 weeks, she has taught me so much. She has given me a run for my money. There's been times where it's midnight and she refuses to go potty and I end up starting to cry and I'm like, okay, you win. We're gonna go inside. So just patience with them because I don't know what she's been through. And it sucks that at 9 months she's already been through so much and yet, yeah.
Why Jane Doe as the name?
Okay, so she didn't have a name. Even her previous owners didn't give her one. They were actually call her a super offensive word in Spanish that means crybaby. And I understand why, because she whines about everything. But again, I was in Pittsburgh visiting my parents and I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep the dog. What should I name her? I like the name Isla, I like the name Estella, but I don't think any of those fit her. And my stepdad goes, well, why don't you call her Jane Doe? She's never really had an identity. And I'm like, that's perfect. And I love true crime. So it was just like the cherry on top.